Look closely. This skin is glowing like wet glass, catching the light, dripping with dew. Now watch, a dry finger, and nothing transfers. Not a drop. It only looks wet. This is the Korean look everyone calls glass skin. And it breaks a simple rule we all trust: things that shine like this are supposed to be wet. Water shines. Oil shines. Dry things go flat and matte. So there's a contradiction sitting right on someone's cheek. It reflects the room like a mirror, it looks slick and hydrated, but the surface is genuinely dry to the touch. Our eyes are being told one thing while the skin is doing another. Most people assume it's some miracle serum soaking in and staying wet all day. That's the obvious guess. But no serum stays liquid on the surface for hours, it absorbs or evaporates in minutes. Which means the wet look has to come from somewhere else entirely. So here's the first real question, and everything hangs on it: why does dry skin look wet? To answer that, forget skincare for a second and think about what your eyes are actually doing. You never see skin. You see light bouncing off skin and into your eye. Wet is not a feeling here, it's a pattern of light. A wet surface throws back a bright, sharp, mirror-like highlight, all in one spot. A dry rough surface does the opposite. It scatters light in 100 directions, so no single bright spot forms. That scatter is what your brain reads as matte, dull, dry. So wet versus dry, to your eye, is really sharp reflection versus scattered reflection. But that only pushes the mystery back a step. If dry skin normally scatters light and looks matte, what is glass skin actually reflecting to fake that wet, mirror highlight? The answer is the room itself. A smooth surface acts like a mirror and hands back a crisp image of whatever light is around: a window, a lamp, the sky. That returned image is the glow. The skin isn't producing shine, it's borrowing the light in the room. You can prove it in one move. Take that same glass skin into a flat, evenly lit room with no bright window, and the glow almost vanishes. The skin didn't change. The light it had to reflect did. The dew was never in the skin, it was in the environment. Still, one thing doesn't add up. Everyone stands in rooms with windows and lamps. So why does most dry skin never mirror the room like that? Why do only some faces turn glassy? Because normal skin isn't smooth. Up close it's a rugged landscape, tiny hills, flakes, peaks and valleys. Light hits that terrain and shatters into scatter. Rough skin can't hold a clean reflection, so it can never show a sharp highlight. It has no choice but to look matte. Which leaves one last thread pulling at me. If the glow is really the room reflecting back, then the light around you controls how flawless you look. So could the wrong lighting make perfect skin look dull, and the right lighting fake glass skin on skin that isn't smooth at all? That's the next episode. Subscribe so you catch it, and it pairs with our short on why kimchi keeps fermenting in the fridge. So the whole glass skin routine, the exfoliating, the layering, the patting, has one physical goal hiding under the beauty language: flatten that terrain. Fill the valleys, smooth the peaks, until the surface is optically flat enough to act like a mirror. And here's the twist that ties it together. To read as a true mirror, that smoothing has to happen at a tiny scale, smaller than the bumps your eye can pick out. Get the surface flat below that scale, and dry skin starts reflecting like still water. But the sharpest observers push one more time. A dead flat surface reflects, sure, but glass skin doesn't just reflect. It looks plumped, slightly liquid, like there's a wet film sitting on top. Where does that water layer come from if the skin is dry? Here's the elegant part. The skin doesn't need standing water. It needs to hold a thin film of moisture just inside its top layer, not wet enough to feel, but enough to swell the surface and bend the incoming light a little as it passes in and out. That gentle bending is refraction, the same thing that makes a spoon look broken in a glass of water. A hydrated top layer refracts light, softens the edges of the reflection, and adds that plump, liquid depth. So the wet is refraction, and the glass is reflection, two light tricks stacked together. Put both tricks in one face and the illusion locks in. A surface smoothed below the scale I can resolve reflects the room like a mirror, and a hydrated top layer refracts that light into soft, liquid depth. No standing water anywhere, just physics. So back to where we started. Why does dry skin look wet? Because wet was never about water on the skin, it's about smooth surfaces mirroring the room and a moist top layer bending the light. Glass skin is a light illusion, engineered on purpose.